Sri Parthasarthi Rajgopalachari, lovingly known as Chariji, was born at 11:35 am on Sunday, 24th of July 1927, in Vayalur, a seaside fishing village located approximately 30 miles north of Madras. He was the eldest son of Sri C.A. Rajgopalachari and Srimati R. Janki. Upon his birth, his father's friend, an astrologer, declared, "Raja, you will never have to worry about your son, for he is destined to be a leader of men." Because Chariji was born under the Rohini Nakshatra and close to a temple of Lord Krishna, he was named Parthasarthi. The first child in the family, he was fondly cherished by everyone. Chariji was very fond of his mother and always followed her advice. One of her teachings, which had a profound impact on Chariji, was, "Suffer at night, all alone by yourself if you have to. Never let your suffering be visible to others, for that may cast a shadow on their lives. Your duty is to add sunshine and joy to the lives of others. Do it." Chariji's mother passed away when he was barely 6 years old, and this event had a profound impact on his life. After his mother's passing, Chariji's father brought him up along with his two brothers, playing the roles of both mother and father. Chariji had immense reverence for his father, as evident from his words. "My father pampered us, provided us with all the comforts that by his no means large income could provide, lavished affection upon us, gave us an excellent education, and in all ways saw to it that we never lacked for anything in our lives. As I have said again and again, he was both father and mother to us. He was our guide in all possible ways of life. While he was a stern disciplinarian and could mete out painful punishment when the occasion demanded it, he was nevertheless the best friend I ever had throughout my life." Chariji went to Christ Church Boys High School in Jabalpur, where he was introduced to the fascinating world of books. During this time as a student there, he developed a fascination for Christianity, particularly the life of Jesus Christ, due to the love and compassion that Christ exhibited towards all human beings. While in St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, for the final years of his school, Chariji was drawn to Vivekananda's teachings after visiting the Belur Mutt. This was in the 1940s. Vivekananda's teaching influenced him to practice asanas, pranayama, and meditation, although he did not have any formal guidance. He would often visit the Ramakrishna Mutt and sit there in silent meditation. After school, Chariji enrolled at the Banaras Hindu University, BHU, to study chemistry. During this time, Chariji also joined the University Officers Training Corps, UOTC, as he had a keen interest in military service. At BHU, he was elected as the Secretary for Social and Religious Functions. Consequently, he gained a lot of insight into Sanatan Dharma. Chariji was greatly influenced by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, the then Spalding Professor of Eastern Religions at Oxford, who regularly visited Banaras to deliver lectures on the Vedas and Upanishads. After graduating, Chariji moved to Bombay. While in Bombay, he learned to play the flute flawlessly, so much so that Chariji almost decided to become a professional flautist. Chariji's first job was at Indian Plastics Limited, a Birla company, In early 1950, he went to study in Yugoslavia on an exchange program on a scholarship. In 1955, he began his career with T.T. Krishnamachari and Company, where he would eventually work his way up to the position of executive director for a group company. His work required extensive travel within India and abroad, establishing a pattern of world travel that would continue throughout his life and contribute to his development on practical and spiritual levels. On June 26, 1955, Chariji married Sulochna in Madurai, who would later come to be affectionately called Mami. Chariji had immense love and respect for his wife. Chariji would later say thus of Sulochna ji: "All in all, she was a woman of tremendous strength and courage, and she helped me in ways that I cannot describe on the innumerable occasions when I faced difficulties in my personal life. There were frequent occasions when she was left alone in Gayatri during the years when Krishna was a student in the USA and I had to be away on my travels, either for the company or for the mission. She was perfectly happy to live alone in the big house that Gayatri is, without any complaint. I am grateful to her because, having been in a job that necessitated my traveling 25 days a month, it was her ability to look after the home that freed me to focus on my work and helped me to be carefree." Chariji and his father joined SRCM in 1964. In the same year, Chariji met Babuji Maharaj, his master. Chariji used to visit Bareilly for work, which is a city close to Shahjahanpur. Chariji took the opportunity to visit Babuji. After Chariji started visiting Shahjahanpur 2 or 3 times a year, Babuji Maharaj made him a prefect. Eventually, in January 1970, Chariji was appointed the General Secretary of the mission. His involvement in the mission's work increased after assuming the role of General Secretary. In 1972, he made his first trip out of India with Babuji Maharaj. Unfortunately, during the early part of 1974, Babuji Maharaj fell seriously ill. Chariji visited him and Babuji said to him, "Life and death are in God's hands. I do not know how much longer I have to live, and I have therefore been thinking of the person who will represent me later. You are Lalaji's choice, and of course, you are mine too." Eventually, in 1974, Chariji was appointed Babuji Maharaj's successor. While fulfilling his familial and business responsibilities, Chariji remained dedicated to his spiritual practice and worked extensively for the Sri Ramchandra mission. As the General Secretary, he contributed greatly to its worldwide growth and the publication of Sahaj Marg literature. Over the years, he became Babuji's most devoted disciple, assisting him in his spiritual work. As a constant companion to Babuji on his spiritual tours, Chariji travelled globally, explaining the Sahaj Marg system of spirituality to interested seekers and inspiring many to begin the practice. His talks and writings have been published in approximately 100 publications, showcasing his deep love for his master, the mission, and the method, the 3 M's, a phrase that he coined. His book, My Master, a personal tribute to Babuji, has been translated into nearly 20 languages. Additionally, he authored diaries of his overseas travels with Babuji, an autobiography, and numerous volumes of his talks in India and abroad. After Babuji's Mahasamadhi in 1983, Chariji carried on all the activities of the mission and its associated organizations, while leading a full family life. His work over 30 years resulted in remarkable growth and expansion of the mission's activities worldwide. Babuji characterized the ideal human being as someone possessing a Western mind and an Eastern heart, and often emphasized the need for such a person to guide the mission successfully into the future. And Chariji was the perfect candidate. Because of his tireless work, the scope of the mission's activities expanded remarkably, encompassing the education of youth, scholarship programs, free healthcare clinics, and an association with the United Nations Department of Public Information, the UNDPI. Chariji's spiritual work embraced all of humanity, addressing both current and anticipated needs. In October 2011, Chariji announced Shri Kamlesh D. Patel, Daji, as his successor. Chariji graced the earth for the last time on December 20th, 2014, when he took Mahasamadhi. His most beloved disciple, Daji, becoming the next spiritual master and president of SRCM. In the Sahaj Marg tradition, masters are the biggest workers, and this was always evident in Chariji's life. His entire existence was devoted to the cause of spirituality and in the service of others, and he undertook this service with unwavering faith in the divine support of his master.
I am with you in spirit, and I hope you can feel it. Please believe me when I say that I shall be with you all the time. Distance does not make any difference. I pray for you all and wish you the best. Blessings to all of you.
जलता है दीप लाला का, जलता ही रहेगा। जलता है दीप लाला का, जलता ही रहेगा। चेहरे बदलते जाएंगे, वो जिंदा रहेगा। जलता है दीप लाला का, जलता ही रहेगा। हर कण में है सुगंध उसी मीठे फूल की। हर मन में मनो तीत छवि बसी है उन्हीं की। तू ऐसा पुष्प आया जो खिलता ही रहेगा। बाबू के जिगर टुकड़े तुम्हें मेरा नमन है। बाबू की दुआ तुमको, तुम्हें उनकी लगन है। जो काम दिया उसमें फना होता रहेगा। जो काम दिया उसमें फना होता रहेगा। जलता है दीप लाला का। संध्या की जान तुम हो, है जीवन निश्चल तुम्हारा। सांसों में समाया वो है, सबका प्राण प्यारा। अभ्यासियों के मन में वो मुस्काता रहेगा। ममता भरी आँखों में डूबोता ही रहेगा। चेहरे बदलते जाएंगे, वो जिंदा रहेगा। जलता है दीप लाला का, जलता ही रहेगा।